Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Reptile Barn. I have some babies to show you that are pretty freaking awesome. First, I'm going to show you the parents. So this is a new clutch that just shed out. Here's Pongo. I'm not going to mess with him because he's deep in shed. But he is a cinnamon mahogany pied. And he's starting to get freckles, even though he's already like 3 or 4 years old. I love that when pieds do that. It seems to be random, but I love it when it happens. The mom is Francesca. She's just a het pied, but I'll show her to you. She just ate, so I'm going to be not messing with her either. There's Francesca, big beautiful het pied female. So let's take a look at some babies. Sorry, I'm going to walk through a dirty room. Into another dirty room. We've got some of our babies on these new racks, and here they are. So, starting here, we have a nice het pied. It's obviously not cinnamon. Don't believe it's mahogany. Just a nice het pied. I just set these up last night. Have not fed them yet. This one is a het pied. I guess it could be a low expression mahogany, but I think it's not. So 2 nice het pieds. Haven't sexed these either. And a couple of these I will pull out. I'm just going quickly through the ones that are less genetically unique. I bet a lot of you have seen cinnamons and normals. This is a cinnamon het pied. Always love these. I believe we have another cinnamon het pied. Although, you know, those eye stripes are extremely faded. The alien heads are pretty linked. That could actually be a cinnamon mahogany het pied. Not certain on that one. This one I'm pretty certain is a cinnamon mahogany het pied. Let me back up, get in better light for you. So this baby, a little darker than my other cinnamons. Those eye stripes just fade a lot. Like something was trying to erase them but failed. I don't know. Really stripy on the pattern. These will all get fed tonight, by the way. Here is an interesting animal I'm actually going to pull out. This clutch was a little nippy. We'll see. So, I'd like you guys' opinion. This is either a kind of atypical pied, or maybe it's a mahogany pied. So let me show you the head. Body. The saddles and the pattern on the saddles is what's making me wonder. It's slightly darker than my pieds that I produce normally. In fact, it's quite a bit darker than my normal pieds. It's not as orange as most of my baby pieds usually are. And the pattern on the saddles is quite unique if it were to just be a normal pied. So I'm kind of thinking this is a mahogany pied, which would be cool. Really like that animal. I'm going to have to go through and sex these too at some point. And we have a cinnamon pied. Very, very, very high white. Oh, yep, that's what wants to get me too. Very typical cinnamon pied. That nice dark tannish brown head. No other color on the whole body. Just a nice high white cinnamon pied. We've got another one of those with a little bit more pattern, but not much. I'll pick this one up so you can see all the pattern on it. I really like these. Some people think the high white pies are boring. I think they're still pretty stunning. I do like a little more pattern on my pies, but I still really think these are beautiful. And they're very popular, so, you know, when a lot of these animals I'm producing specifically to sell, it doesn't matter so much what I like. You know, I do a lot of my ball python projects based on what I like, and I don't give a crap what anyone else likes. But when I know I have people who are asking for months, are you going to get any high white pies? Are you going to get any high white pies? I do like to plan a couple breedings specifically for those people, you know. I like to take care of the customers if I can. So there's another cinnamon pie that will be available. I think one of them actually is claimed, but we have a couple of them. Now this one is a fascinating animal. I believe that genetically this one's like the dad. I think this is a cinnamon mahogany pied. Do you see how much fading there is on the eye stripes? Almost doesn't even look like eye stripes anymore. And I know I just came back here in the light, so it looks brighter. But look how much darker, if you can tell in the video, and I keep moving around everywhere, look how much darker the spots of color are on this animal than there was on the other cinnamon pies. I also just love this head. It's like an incomplete coating of color. And then there's a nice saddle there and the one on the tail. This is a very, very beautiful pied. It's going to be extremely difficult to sell this animal. I don't know if I'm going to manage it. If it were a female, which I can't remember what it is. I think I did sex it at one point, but I can't remember what it was. But I may keep it either way. If it's a male, I may not. I don't know. I don't know, guys. But it's absolutely gorgeous. I love when their heads get like that. I just love it. Now, don't bite me, please. Anyway, very beautiful animal here. Put this one back. Come here, you. Want to slither in on your own? Yeah, it tends to scare them less than when I just plunk them down. If I let them slither off my fingers like that. There we go. There's a good boy or girl. Now, this animal. Oh, looks a little feisty. I am going to pull it out, though. Let's see. I think this is a mahogany het pied, but what makes it so unique is that. Look at that. He only has one eye. I do think it's a mahogany, though. The other eye seems small, I want to say, but I do believe it's functional. But he just shed perfectly with no issues. His movement seems typical. So I'm really, really, really hopeful that this animal will eat and thrive. If he does, he will stay here as a pet. I don't think I'm going to be willing to sell him. I think we're going to keep him. Or her. Really beautiful animal. I don't believe that it is known what causes that to happen, to only have one eye like that. It's pretty rare from what I understand. It's the first one we've ever done, ever had, in hundreds and hundreds of babies. I would guess it is an incubation problem. Just something went wrong during incubation, or maybe even genetically. And because of that risk that it could theoretically be genetic, this animal will never breed. And if I were to sell it, which I won't, but if I were, I would tell the person that they could purchase it on the stipulation that they do not breed it. It would be pet only. You know, you don't want to purposefully produce animals that don't have an eye. Although, that being said, I do think he's going to live a perfectly long, happy life. I think he'll be just fine. I'm assuming that his sense of smell is unaffected. His heat pits ought to be fully functional, and he may have some function in that right eye. So, really beautiful, nice color. Yeah, so probably going to call him Willy One Eye if he's a boy, and I don't know what we'll call him if it's a girl, but we'll see. And we'll update you on the progress of this guy and all the rest of the clutch when they eat. Anyways, if any of you is interested in any of these and purchasing any of these, you are always free and welcome to email me at thereptilebarn@gmail.com. Or, you know, chatting about anything else snake related as well. And that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful clutch. Until next time, we're the Reptile Barn.